All right. And finally, Teresa Giudice's husband, Louis, and private investigator Bo Dietl are being sued for allegedly hacking computers for harassment and abuse against Vanessa Reiser, an ex-fiance of the Real Housewives of New Jersey star. So according to court documents, Louis and Bo Dietl and a group of lawyers are being sued by a separate group of New York-based attorneys who claim that the duo illegally accessed sensitive information in their system to dig up dirt on one of the Bravo celebrities' previous lovers who is unnamed in the suit. So the lawyers allege in their suit that Louis and his group did so with criminal, reckless, malicious, fraudulent intent devised to defraud the plaintiffs and cover up their own misdeeds related to their efforts as attorney-client private investigators to hire sleuths to illegally ascertain personal details about her. So this, I feel like we've talked about Louis in the past when it comes to like computer hacking and things like this, but this seems to be on a whole other level.
Yeah, these allegations are pretty serious. We have talked about Louis and, the placement of individuals to try to get information. And, we've previously said, well, if someone poses as a friend or a patient, then, maybe that's okay. But you certainly can't hack into someone's computer, access their email or social media. That's unlawful. We've covered this before with obviously, Prince Harry and the hacking there in the UK, but it doesn't matter what country you're in. This is unlawful if the allegations are true. And if, Teresa and others can prove that, then they're entitled to money damages.
So if you are found guilty of computer hacking too, is there any jail time that has to go with that? Or is it mostly just a monetary settlement?
It could be jail time, and there's different types of cases, and sometimes the case is a civil and a criminal case. Assault and battery, for instance. You might go to jail or prison, but you could be sued civilly, and this is one of those types of cases. Computer hacking, it's a state crime, it's a federal crime, and it's also a civil cause of action. So this might be the type of case that, if the allegations are proven true, then prosecutors might get involved and go after the responsible parties as well, especially if they're lawyers. Lawyers are really held to a higher standard. You're supposed to be following the law, not breaking the law. Now, I'm not saying any of this is true, but if it is, I would fully expect prosecutors and even the state bar to get involved.
Right. And what happens to Bo Dietl? He is a private investigator. His name was brought up a lot last season on The Real Housewives of New Jersey because a lot of the other cast members also accused Louis of tapping into phones, calling, their children at their place of business. So it seems like, there's even some evidence on The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Can that be used against him as well?
Potentially, yes. And there's certain things investigators can do, but there's a line, so we're talking about wiretapping, for instance. Right. When I was a prosecutor, if I want to get a wiretap, I needed to go to a judge, submit a, search warrant, a wiretap application, and get the judge to sign off. And there's even restrictions on what you can do there. You can't listen to irrelevant conversations or privileged conversations with one's lawyers. But it's not something that an investigator can do on his or her own. This is something you need court approval for. Now, that's something that's unlawful, but, potentially placing a call to someone and identifying who you are, that's not unlawful. So it really depends on what specific actions were taken by Bo and his team. And some of them may be lawful and others may not.